Welcome back to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're back in another bar rescue, going over to Lona's Wardlow station in a lobster-filled episode.
You pick up a living animal, and then they cook it for you inside.
In this bar rescue episode, John Taffer visits Lona's Wardlow station in Long Beach, California, where in 1999, career bartender Lona Lee bought Wardlow station, a local blue-collar bar. She says here that she was a really good employee, and she was working 2 jobs, 80 hours a week for both jobs, and she was like, if I could do that for somebody else, I could do that for myself, too. So then she's like, fuck it. I'll buy a bar.
Here I am now.
And look, and here she is now, right on bar rescue. But she did have no ownership experience, so she ended up only hiring friends and regulars of the bar, which I don't know if that's a good idea. Hey, you're here like every day. Do you just like want a job? I mean, that'd make it really easy for me. You just sweep the floors and shit, give people beers. In the beginning, though, business was so good, she was able to pay her $160,000 loans within the first 3 years of owning the bar, which that's pretty cool. I bet that felt great getting to pay those off. She's like a little Anakin there. Yippee! Yippee! But you know how this normally goes. The bartenders end up doing the bare minimum, and then the whole place becomes a shithole.
He allowed the bartenders to do the bare minimum.
But Lana does have a last-ditch effort to try to bring customers into the bar. She bought a claw machine that has lobsters inside of it, so you can pick out your lobster for cheap and get a cool lobster to eat. Which, I'm pretty sure they did this on Kitchen Nightmares as well. People just love their lobster claw machines. Which all I could think of is the fucking claw machine from Toy Story picking up the aliens. That's the only thing I thought of. Claw.
The lobster tank caught the eye of animal rights protesters.
I guess a lot of the protesters did deter a lot of people from going to the place, which does really surprise me that that did have an effect. I just feel like if you're okay with eating a lobster, you're not really gonna care it comes from a claw machine, you know what I mean? But I don't know.
Oh, they did deter a lot of the customers.
But there is no doubt in my mind, once you're there doing it, that you're like, oh, this is fucked up. Just the process of being there, moving the claw. I guess it's almost like fishing in a way, but I don't know. It's just weird. Lana is also $250,000 in debt, though. She's like, fuck, we were doing good until I bought that claw machine. Now we're $250,000 in debt. Fuck.
Here we are, guys. Lona's Wardlow station.
And then joining John today, we have Jason Fabrez and then Russell Davis. I believe this is my first time seeing Jason.
Would you go drinking there, Russ?
Definitely not now.
John ends up bringing up some Yelp reviews, and people are still complaining about the lobster claw machine in there. I thought they fucking got rid of that from the opening bit, but no, they kept that shit. It's literally deterring people away, and they're like, I don't know, like the 4 people that do it, it's still money.
They chase away 100 or 2 customers a month or a day.
John decides, though, that today he's gonna send Russell in as his spy to see what the place is like.
Find out what's going on in there for us.
Basically, Russell's like the little rat that gets to go inside and munch on everything, and if he dies, then, you know, the bar's fucked.
I want to send you in as my spy.
Russell says, though, as soon as you get inside, you can tell that you're an outsider and that this place hasn't had new customers in a long time. Like, I guess everybody's eyeballs are just drawn to you immediately as you go in there. And then Russell goes to sit down, and when he sits at the bar, the whole fucking countertop shakes in there. Like it's the Hulk sitting down or something.
John, do you see that bar move?
The whole bar shakes.
He ends up ordering a draft beer, though, and says it's 50 degrees, which I can't believe his tongue could tell the degrees of that. That's crazy. I mean, maybe I just have a shitty palate, but goddamn, Russell, that's kind of impressive.
Comes out warm. Probably 50 degrees. Should be at least 41 degrees.
See, that takes skill. Can your tongue tell what temperature drinks are? Mine can't. Mine's like cold, hot. That's all I got. Well, that rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. I'm like the next Dr. Seuss. Next, he ends up ordering a margarita, though, and it ends up being mostly spirit vodka.
They pour this crap in a glass, call it a margarita. Quite frankly, I don't know what it is.
That's kind of embarrassing that you can't even make a margarita. That's like the simplest thing.
So this is the machine, right?
You know Russell had to go try the lobster claw machine, though. You can't go in this building and not try it.
A lobster like that has a cost of about $8.
So you actually end up getting your lobster cheaper by doing this claw machine because you pay so little for it. I believe by the end of this, Russell pays like $4 for his fucking lobster.
There's something about this that is just wrong.
What do you mean something? The whole fucking thing's crazy. Meanwhile, the lobster's like, fuck, wait, my wife and kids are down there. Sheila! Luckily for Russell, though, it only takes 2 attempts for him to get a lobster. So like I said, he pays $4 for one.
He played twice, $4, and got the lobster.
You know, if you do have people upset about your lobster claw machine, it better come out as the tastiest fucking lobster you ever had. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, if you make it so good, people will be like, it is weird you get it from a claw machine, but it's fucking tasty. It's so worth it.
This water is not at a boil.
And it's not gonna cook properly.
It's going to be served with bacteria on it.
Apparently, too, not only does it not cook properly, but it ends up killing the lobster really slowly as well.
When you drop a lobster in a pot of water that's not boiling, not only will you not bring it to temperature, but you'll kill it slowly.
Although maybe this place just has a vendetta against lobsters. They have a claw machine that lets you get them. They cook them really improperly and slowly in the kitchen. Maybe something happened. It's like a vendetta.
This is inhumane.
This part is pretty funny, though. Lana ends up taking the lobster out to Russell, and when she brings it out of the kitchen, she's like, yummy, yummy. Yummy.
Yummy, yummy.
She seems to be very proud about that lobster, John.
Unfortunately, though, John and Jason end up going inside before Russell can take a nibble. I wanted to see him take a bite.
I want to run in there quickly before Russell eats this lobster.
Come on, just let him take one bite. And then as they walk into the bar, Lana sees John Taffer and Jason and goes, "They're here." Like it's Poltergeist or something.
They're here.
They're here.
Oh, thank goodness. John just wanted to be there when Russell was gonna eat the lobster.
So we wanted to try this together. That lobster smelled like
Yeah, but you still gotta bite it. You still have to try it though, Russell. You still have to take a little nibble. John ends up taking a nibble, drops it immediately, and is like, "I'm sorry I did that."
I'm sorry I did that.
They say you could tell it was barely alive and that the meat is barely even white. It's like mostly pink.
Hell, it was barely alive when it was cooked. So the easiest thing there is almost anywhere to cook. You guys blew in every way.
Hey, that kind of takes skill to fuck up that bad. But I mean, yeah, literally from picking the animal to cooking it to serving it, you guys fucked up everything.
And now I look around this room and I get why it's empty.
And then we get a little montage of Russell and Jason inspecting the kitchen and the bar to find all the grit and grime. And then meanwhile, Lana ends up talking to John and she tells him that she works 5 shifts behind the bar because she can't afford to pay someone to do what she does. That's sad. That's really sad.
It's what I have to do.
Why?
And then the people she does have are fucking lunatics too.
You're so busy working in your business that you're not working on your business.
Damn, John, that's deep. That should be on a bumper sticker or something. But then now John ends up bringing up the lobster claw machine and says he has a big issue with it.
The lobster tank is very well liked here.
Oh, come on, Lana, don't fucking lie. We know there's animal activists outside and shit.
There's nobody here now playing it.
He ends up telling her that she needs something better that the market here will embrace, and by the end of the episode, he doesn't fucking bring anything in.
You need something better here that'll make you money and the market will embrace.
Lime smasher behind the bar or something, but that's it.
Look at me and say, fine, John, that baby is gone.
You always gotta make it weird. Fine, John, that baby is gone.
You want me to tell you that today?
Nah. You could tell him next week or something, I guess. Actually, tell him when he's completely out of here and he's done remodeling your bar, then tell him you got rid of it. That's when he cares.
That lobster tank is as good as gone.
Fuck, I guess she has no say in it. Bye, Tank.
Look at this!
Next, John goes over to the bar to see what Russell found there, though, and he gets really pissy about how flimsy the bar is. And then John ends up getting into an argument here with Bill, the manager. They just go back and forth about if Bill cares or not. It was actually kind of annoying.
You act like we don't care.
And you could see where this is going, where John Taffer kind of knows some information about this guy he brings up later.
Some of them are going home with your cash.
And it just feels like John keeps antagonizing him until they end up firing him. Spoilers. But it felt very obvious where that was heading.
I'll determine in the next 24 hours whether you care or not. That's the deal.
And then this part gets pretty weird. John ends up forcing Lana to tell Bill that she's disappointed in him.
I'm disappointed.
And it's a big struggle for her to say.
Are you disappointed?
Yes.
Tell him so!
And it just makes you feel so sad for her, and like, I don't know, it just seemed unnecessary.
Do you want to own this business, Lana? Do you want to be successful?
Absolutely.
But John ends up leaving, tells them they need to clean their frickin' bar, and that they need to get rid of the lobster tank as well.
Clean the frickin' bar. And I want that lobster tank gone.
And then meanwhile, they end up interviewing Bill, and he gets all pissy about what Lana ended up saying when she said she's disappointed in him because he didn't take care of the bar and this, that, and the other thing. So he just says, like, fuck off, and he leaves for the night, doesn't help them clean, and tells the interviewer to fuck off.
This interview's done.
Off.
Damn, and then these guys were cleaning up until 3:38 in the morning, and Bill was nowhere to be found. Fucking Bill, always at home scratching his balls.
Off.
The next day, though, John returns to the bar and is really happy to see that the tank is gone.
I'm glad that lobster machine's gone.
And then, of course, he wrangles up everybody so they could have a team meeting. He tells them, though, that he had his team come in and they fixed the bar enough so that they could survive the stress test without the bar getting flipped over. But then, you know, by the end of the episode, they will really remodel it. Basically, this is just kind of like a placeholder. But now we're going to end up discussing Bill's little temper tantrum last night when he left.
Now, you said you cared last night.
And then again here, John tries to have him apologize, but he just comes off so aggressive and weird to him. They're like, of course he's not going to end up apologizing.
I left when I shouldn't have. I let you down. I feel bad about it. I won't do it again.
He always goes about it so weird. He's like word for word telling him how to apologize here.
Do it!
But what do you know? Bill ends up actually apologizing, and he says exactly what John told him to.
I shouldn't have left. I let my emotions get the better of me, and I apologize.
A few minutes later, John ends up bringing up their Bebentel scores by, you know, they weigh their alcohols and check how much they've lost throughout the week.
Sunday, we gave away $600 worth of liquor with no sales attached to it.
So instantly here, John Taffer knows because there was no sales and we still had alcohol missing, someone is stealing cash from the bar.
There are thieves amongst us.
Ahar, me matey, somebody's stealing me booty. That's Lana. Ahar, John Taffer, find me booty. Find the landlubber who's getting me booty.
There's your money.
John ends up asking, though, who worked on Sunday night, and Bill raises his hand and says he worked at night and Lana worked in the morning, basically kind of telling on himself.
I busted your ass.
You busted where? Excuse me, John?
I busted your ass.
Surprisingly, though, here, nothing really happens at this point. John Tapper's just like, I'm keeping my eye on you, little guy. Man, I thought they'd fire him right here or something.
I'm not gonna ask you to admit it, but I'm gonna watch you like a hawk.
I got my eye on you, Bill, so don't try any shit. But now it's time to get everybody trained for the stress test. First up is Russell, and he gives us some wild margarita facts.
On average, per hour, Americans drink 185,000 margaritas.
That seems fucking outrageous. I don't know if I believe that, Russell. Who is answering these polls, you know?
These guys need to make a good one, and I'm gonna show them how to do it.
And then meanwhile in the kitchen, Jason's gonna sit back and watch Allie cook and see what she can come up with.
That is disgusting.
I mean, to be fair, that did look pretty yummy. I feel like he was a little rough on it. Maybe it didn't taste good, I don't know, but it looked good.
I mean, it's almost like cat food.
But so Jason ends up recreating her meal and shows her the correct way to do it. Stress test time now. Let's see if everybody remembers their training and can do well tonight.
Come on in.
And almost immediately, Coach is just fucking up all the margaritas. He does actually so bad that he sneaks off and does only draft beers because he doesn't want to make the margaritas anymore.
I ordered the margarita. He had to remake it 4 or 5 times. Finally got it right.
And then Bill's taking just as long, and his beers are flat. So no one's doing well here.
Are these the same 5 drinks? You're still making the same 5 drinks?
And then this is where Coach ends up getting caught trying to only do draft beers, so they swap him out with Mikey, and he does a lot better than anybody. He's the youngest guy here, too, and he's doing better than all of them combined.
Coach got benched.
And then now back in the kitchen, Allie's getting really stressed out by how many orders are in there, and she's like, I can't do this all on my own.
I need somebody help in the kitchen, not only one person.
And then we cut to various people in the crowd saying they've been waiting 15 to 20 minutes for their food and beer.
I've been waiting here for like 15 minutes without any service.
And then we cut to Lona being just completely oblivious to all the problems here. She's just like, oh my god, everyone's happy, everything's going great, awesome.
I feel great. I'm really happy. I think everybody's having a good time.
Beer's too warm.
And then, of course, Bill ends up breaking glass in the ice bin.
The worst thing you can do behind a bar is break glass in your ice bin.
I mean, I could think of like 3 or 4 worse things, but I get your point. But so then John walks over and he pours this blue liquid all over it to force them to clean it up. And he's like, when the blue liquid's gone, I know it's clean.
Bill, at that moment, was a complete idiot.
The stress test is over now, and the gang gathers together to discuss the night. First, they bring up Allie having to do all the cooking, all the dishes, and everything like that all by herself.
I know it's too much for me.
Next, they call up Bill for being such a bad manager. He doesn't know what tables don't have drinks, this, that, and the other thing. He's just not paying attention at all when he's making drinks. Basically, if he's behind the bar, he's only focusing on what he's doing, not keeping an eye on all the employees and everything else going around.
You don't see any of this stuff. You don't even see the glass in your own damn ice bin.
And then holy beans, right here on the spot, Bill ends up getting fired by John Tapper.
You're fired. You can leave now.
Bye, Bill. See you later, alligator. The next day, though, John gathers everybody outside, shows them that their old sign is gonna come down and that the old brand is dead.
John, can I ask for one more chance for Bill?
Oh, and there's a really sad part here, too, where Lona ends up asking for a second chance for Bill. She's like, please, he's learnable and workable. It's like a moment out of a movie. I thought John Tapper was gonna break down and let her.
He's learnable and workable.
And then he's like, what, do you think this is a fucking charity? Come on, fuck off. He doesn't care at all. He's like, I've been waiting since I got here to fire Bill. He's not coming back.
Is this a charity or a business?
He changed her mind, though, pretty quickly after he started yelling at her for that shit, or like yelling at her, kind of, you know?
Do you really want Bill to come back here?
No.
And then John ends up making Mikey the head bartender after seeing how good he did last night.
Mikey has shown passion more than anybody in this building.
And then they also say they're gonna hire someone to help out Allie in the kitchen so she's not all by herself. We get into the kitchen now, and Jason tells Allie that they're gonna use local produce now and real meat, no meat from a can.
This is gonna taste better.
And then we get introduced to Sean Dugan. I guess he makes a lot of like signs and shit for John Tapper.
Local sculptor Sean Dugan.
They end up going over the plans for the new bar, and they come up with what their centerpiece is gonna be together.
I want you to give me an amazing work of art.
And then Lana has to think of a fun promotion for the bar, which I don't even know if we see. If they say what that was, I don't remember it at all. But her job is to come up with some kind of promotion that's like cool for the new bar.
I'm excited because the fire's back.
And now it's the time they've all been waiting for. They get to go outside with John Tapper and get the new bar revealed to them.
You guys ready to see it?
Now called Lona City Limits Cantina with a much better glowing sign. And then outside of the building, wherever it was painted black before is now red, and it just looks really nice. It's a much better looking building. Even the wall on the side says Cantina, has like a little painting and then shows that they have fajitas and things inside. It feels like a more homey place.
Look at the big word fajitas, Allie.
And then now we get to look inside the bar and see the new renovations.
The bar doesn't move.
This place looks 1,000 times better. Freshly painted, there's a pool table, normal looking tables and chairs, new lighting. It's really, really nice in there.
I never ever visualized my place looking this gorgeous.
That's really sad. She never thought her place would look this good. That's really sad. And then according to John Tapper, behind the bar, John got them the best draft beer system in the world.
Look at that beer.
He shows them that every single beer will be 32 degrees, and I kind of wish he would have let Russell Russell try one and see if it really was. That would have been a good test.
That's a perfect beer.
And then we get to their centerpiece that Sean Dugan made, and it's just like a fruit crusher. They put limes in there and shit for the drinks and margaritas and whatnot. It just looks like a fancy fruit crusher. How is that better than a lobster tank?
This was created by Sean Dugan.
I mean, it is cool looking, but it's just no lobster tank. And I know they do have another, like in the room where the lobster tank was, it like splits between the city limits and it's like a different room, so that's also part of the, I guess, gimmick, but I don't know. Here is where we end up learning what her promotion was. John ends up asking her if she made a promotion for it, and she's like, yeah, I got some local shooter girls coming in.
I got 2 shooter girls coming in.
What the fuck is a shooter girl? We never see them either. I don't know. You know what? Well, it's not as fun as you'd think. It's just someone that sells shots. I thought it was someone that like you put a shot on your head and they like shoot it right off or something. I guess not. And then we go into the kitchen and show Allie all kinds of new gadgets and shit she has to make her kitchen experience better.
I feel really, really professional now.
And then now Lana gets to open her brand new bar for the first time.
Hi everyone, welcome to Lona's City Limits Cantina.
Things started out pretty well in the beginning of the night, and then it slowed down. They started taking like 20 minutes or so for food and drinks again.
You need to catch up, guys. Come on.
But then they pick right back up and get back to pace.
I'm the happiest girl in the world, thanks to you.
And then this is where John Tapper leaves, and we end up getting our 3-month later update.
Food sales are probably up about 25%. Bar sales have definitely gone up about 35%.
And then now it's time for a Where Are They Now update. Surprisingly, this bar is actually still open to this day. I know most of the time you watch a bar rescue, it's closed down, so luckily this one's still open. But apparently their liquor license was suspended for 30 days in March of 2021. It was suspended after a shooting at the bar and then multiple police calls. Apparently they were having some rough times there for a bit, and they almost completely lost their liquor license. Like, if they didn't abide by this shit, they would have never had it again. But alright, that was Lona's City Limits Cantina. I gotta admit, that was a weird episode. Between the stuff with Bill and then the stuff with the lobster tank, that was a weird one. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the episode. Thanks for taking time of your day to hear me yap about some bar rescue, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts. And remember, just because John Tapper says to get rid of your lobster tank doesn't mean you have to. Means you probably should, but it doesn't mean you have to.
There's something about this that is just wrong.